Seniors over 60, if your legs feel weak or your calves lock up at night, I want you to check 2 things in your supplement routine today. In the next few minutes, you'll learn the 2 vitamin mistakes most often linked with leg weakness and painful cramps in older adults, how to fix them safely, how to eat for stronger legs, and a simple 2-week plan you can start tonight. You'll also get a quick cramp rescue routine for those middle-of-the-night spasms, plus red flags when you should call a clinician right away. This video is educational and not medical advice. Don't start, stop, or change supplements or medications without talking to your clinician, especially if you have heart, kidney, liver, nerve, or endocrine conditions, or if you take diuretics, blood thinners, thyroid, or bone medications. Before we open your vitamin bottles, 2 quick truths about legs after 60. First, muscle changes are real. We all lose some fast twitch fibers and overall muscle mass with age, a process called sarcopenia. That makes the lower body, hips, thighs, and calves, feel less powerful and more fatigue-prone, especially after long sitting. Second, nerves and blood flow also matter. Anything that irritates or starves nerves or narrows leg arteries can make your legs feel heavy and cramp-prone. Not every spasm is a magnesium problem, and not every ache is just age. The 2 vitamin mistakes we'll cover are common, fixable, and often overlooked. Let's start with the first mistake, long-term high-dose vitamin B6, also called pyridoxine. Vitamin B6 is essential for nerve function, protein metabolism, and many enzymes. In the right amounts, it's your friend. In excessive amounts for too long, it can injure the very nerves you're trying to protect, causing tingling, burning, numbness, unsteady gait, weakness, and cramp-prone muscles. Here's the twist: most people don't expect B6 toxicity can look a lot like B6 deficiency. That's why people sometimes take more and more and feel worse and worse. So what counts as too much? The U.S. tolerable upper intake level is 100 milligrams per day for adults, but many experts advise much lower long-term ceilings because neuropathy has occurred in some people taking 10-50 milligrams daily for months to years. The recommended dietary allowance for adults over 50 is only about 1.5 to 1.7 milligrams a day, roughly 100% of the daily value on a multivitamin. The trouble comes from Energy B-complex pills with 25-50 or 100 milligrams of B6 nerve support, supplements, and stacking products without realizing it. A multivitamin here, a B-complex there, a stress support gummy, and a protein powder fortified with extra B vitamins. If you're drinking fortified shakes or Energy drinks, those may add more. If your legs feel weak, your feet burn or tingle, or night cramps seem new or worse, and you've been taking high-dose B6 for months, this is your cue. Pull all your supplement bottles out. Take a photo of each label and add up the B6. Is it more than 2 to 3 milligrams per day? Are you taking any capsule with 25-50 or 100 milligrams? That's the red flag. Don't panic, and don't taper by yourself if you're on a prescribed regimen. Just call your clinician, explain your total dose, and ask for a plan. For most people not on a prescription, the fix is to stop the megadose and switch, if your clinician agrees, to a simple multivitamin that provides around 100% daily value of B6, not a high-dose B complex. Food can supply the rest. Poultry, fish, potatoes, bananas, chickpeas, and fortified cereals are steady sources without pushing you into risky territory. How soon do B60-related nerve symptoms improve after stopping megadoses? It varies. Some people feel better within weeks, others take months. Nerves heal slowly. What matters is that you stop overloading them and support them with consistent, safe nutrition. And a gentle caution: there are rare cases where B6 supplementation is prescribed for specific conditions, or where a specific medication like isoniazid requires B6 to prevent deficiency. Those are medical situations. Always follow your clinician's instructions. The second mistake isn't about a single megadose. It's about a balance. Vitamin D that's too low or too high. Vitamin D supports bone, muscle, and nerve function. Very low D is linked with proximal muscle weakness, more falls, and poor balance. But the internet solution, taking huge amounts, can create the opposite problem. Vitamin D excess can lead to high blood calcium, which causes muscle weakness, cramps, fatigue, and sometimes constipation, nausea, or confusion. So with vitamin D, it's test then dose. If you're over 60 and your legs feel weak or crampy, ask your clinician whether a 25 hydroxyvitamin D blood test is right for you. Many guidelines consider under 20 nanograms per milliliter deficient, between 20 and 30 insufficient, and 30 to 50 a common target range. Your clinician may set a different goal based on bone density, kidney function, and medications. If you're low, they'll recommend a dose and a recheck. If you've been self-supplementing at high doses for months, say 5,000 to 10,000 U daily, ask to check your level in blood calcium. The tolerable upper intake level for chronic daily use is 4,000 IU in many countries, and many people do fine at 600 to 800 IU a day with food first, sunlight when safe, and clinician-guided dosing. What do food first sources look like? Salmon and sardines, fortified milk and plant milks, and egg yolks. If you combine modest supplementation with food and a bit of morning light on your skin, while protecting yourself from sunburn, you'll often land in a better place than the all-or-nothing approach. Let's make this practical. I'm going to walk you through a supplement sanity check and then give you a 2-week leg strength and cramp calm plan you can start tonight. Step 1. Gather every supplement you take. Multivitamin, B complex, nerve support, Hunergy, sleep, immunity, protein powders, gummies, and drinks. Read the back for vitamin B6. Write down the amount in milligrams from each product and add it up. If your total long-term daily intake is above 2 to 3 milligrams, and especially if you have any 20-FEC 100 milligram products, flag those and call your clinician to discuss stopping or switching. Step 2. Find vitamin D. Write down your daily IU from all sources. If you're taking large amounts without a recent blood test, ask your clinician for a 25 OHD level and whether your dose is still right. Step 3. List your medications. Some diuretics, thyroid medications, antacids, steroids, and anticonvulsants can affect minerals and vitamins or interact with vitamin D and calcium. Bring that list to your visit. Now, food. Supplements support food builds. For B6 without overload, meals with poultry or fish plus potatoes or chickpeas will often cover the day. An example lunch: grilled chicken, roasted potatoes with olive oil, and a side salad. An example plant-forward dinner: chickpea and vegetable stew with cumin, coriander, and lemon. For vitamin D, salmon once or twice a week is a classic choice. Sardines are a simple pantry option. Fortified milk or plant milks help, and an egg with breakfast covers a bit more. Pair collagen and protein foods with vitamin C to support connective tissue. Lemon over fish, peppers, and tomatoes in your omelette. Berries with yogurt. Because cramps and weakness aren't just vitamins, let's layer in the basics that matter for almost everyone. Hydration first. Sip water through the day. Aim for pale yellow urine by late afternoon unless your clinician has you on fluid restrictions. Electrolytes next. You don't need sugary sports drinks, but you do need steady, sensible sodium and potassium from meals. If your kidneys are healthy and your medications allow it, include potassium-rich foods. Beans, potatoes, tomatoes, oranges, leafy greens. If you have kidney disease or take medicines that affect potassium, like ACE inhibitors, IARBs, or potassium-sparing diuretics, ask about safe choices before you increase these foods. Magnesium food sources help some people with cramps: nuts and seeds, spinach, beans, oats, and yogurt. Heat and stretch warm the calves at night with a sock or a warm compress and do a short stretch routine before bed. Let's build that cramp rescue toolkit for the middle of the night. If your calf locks, don't point your toes, that makes it worse. Instead, dorsiflex your foot. Pull your toes toward your shin. If you can stand safely, place your heel on the floor, lean into a wall, and hold a gentle calf stretch until the spasm releases. A warm pack afterwards relaxes the muscle. If cramps are frequent, add a 30-minute bedtime routine. Knee wall calf stretch for 30 seconds per side. Bent knee wall calf stretch for 30 seconds per side. Seated towel stretch for 30 seconds per side. 10 ankle circles each direction. 10 supported heel raises. Simple, gentle, and consistent wins. Here's your 2-week stronger legs plan. You can screenshot or write it down. Tonight, check your supplements. Add up B6 in milligrams and vitamin D in IU. If you're taking 25 100 milligrams of B6 or stacking products that push you above a few milligrams a day, mark those bottles and message your clinician to review. If you're taking high-dose vitamin D without a recent blood test, ask for a 25 OHD level and whether your dose is still right. Day 1 and 2, do the bedtime calf routine and the cramp rescue drill once while you're calm so it's automatic at night. Eat protein at each meal. Eggs or yogurt at breakfast, beans or poultry at lunch, fish or tofu at dinner. Add a vitamin C partner at each meal: berries, peppers, tomatoes, citrus, or broccoli. Sip water evenly. Stop large fluids 90 minutes before bed. Day 3 and 4, clean up dinner sodium. Read labels on soups, sauces, deli meats, and boxed mixes. Replace one salty item with a low-sodium version or a home-cooked swap. Rinse canned beans and vegetables before cooking. Flavor with herbs, garlic, pepper, cumin, coriander, turmeric, lemon, and vinegar instead of more salt. Many people notice less puffiness and fewer night wake-ups in just a couple days when dinner salt goes down. Day 5 and 6, add a 10-minute walk after lunch and after dinner. Blood flow and gentle movement help clear metabolites and calm nerves. If walking outside isn't practical, do hallway laps or march in place by the counter while the kettle boils. If you feel dizzy or unsteady, stop and talk to your clinician. Day 7 review. Are cramps less frequent? Are your legs less heavy? Have you booked a lab appointment for vitamin D if you need one? Have you messaged your clinician about high-dose B6? Keep what's working. Week 2. Keep the routine and add strength. Simple body weight movements wake up your calves and hips. 10 stands from a chair, 10 wall push-ups, 10 heel raises, 10 step backs holding a counter. Do this once most days. Stronger muscles cramp less and protect your joints. Through both weeks, keep your eyes open for other contributors. Are you sitting long hours? Break sitting with 2 minutes of movement every 30 minutes. Are your shoes tired or tight? Choose supportive shoes with a cushioned sole and a roomy toe box to reduce calf fatigue. Are you on a diuretic that makes you pee more at night? Talk to your clinician about timing. Sometimes taking it earlier helps. Do you snore loudly or gasp in your sleep, wake with a dry mouth or headaches, or feel sleepy all day? Sleep apnea raises blood pressure and cramps some people's style. Ask if screening is right for you. Leg weakness and cramps can also be clues about conditions that need specific care. B12 deficiency can mimic neuropathy. Tingling, numbness, weakness, especially in people on long-term acid reducers or metformin. Ask about checking B12 if your clinician agrees it fits your picture. Thyroid imbalance can contribute to muscle symptoms. A simple blood test checks that too. Peripheral artery disease causes cramping pain in the calves with walking that eases with rest. If that's you, don't write it off as just age. A clinician can evaluate pulses and circulation. One leg that suddenly becomes red, hot, and swollen may signal a blood clot. That's urgent care, not a home remedy. And if swelling comes with chest pain or shortness of breath, call emergency services. Let's look at the supplement labels together in your mind's eye so you know exactly what to do when you're standing in the aisle. For vitamin B6, or milligrams on a typical multivitamin you might see, vitamin B6 has pyridoxine HC 1.7 mg, 100% daily value. That's fine for most people. On a B-complex, you might see B6 50 mg, 290, 41% daily value. That's where long-term daily use raises risk. Sometimes the label says PO5P or pyridoxal phosphate, a different form. High daily doses of any form can be a problem. The word active doesn't mean safer at high dose. On nerve support bottles, you may see combinations of B1, B6, and B12. B12 are soluble with a high safety margin. B1 is generally safe at common doses. B6 is the one that can quietly stack up. If you see 25, 50, or 100 milligrams and you've been taking it daily for months, put it in the Ask My Clinician pile. On vitamin D, labels are in international units or micrograms. So 25 micrograms equals 1,000 IU, 50 micrograms equals 2,000 IU. Fortified foods add up. A cup of fortified milk may have 100, 150 IU. A serving of salmon can have 400, 600 IU or more. If your clinician sets a dose for a period, say 1,000 or 2,000 IU daily, stick to that dose. Don't layer on extra products with additional D without checking. If your 25-NO HD blood test later lands at a healthy level, your clinician may reduce your dose. It's the balance that strengthens legs and steadies cramps, not the largest number on the label. Some viewers are thinking, what about magnesium? What about potassium? Magnesium deficiency can contribute to cramps in some people, and food-first magnesium is safe for most. Pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, black beans, oats, and yogurt are simple ways to improve intake. If your kidneys are healthy and your clinician agrees, a low-dose magnesium glycinate in the evening may help some people, especially if your diet is short on magnesium. If you develop diarrhea, back off. If you have kidney disease, don't supplement without medical guidance. With potassium, the story is different. It helps balance sodium but can be dangerous at high levels in people with kidney disease or on certain medications. That's why we emphasize safe food sources if your clinician says they're okay. Bananas, potatoes, beans, tomatoes, leafy greens, and we avoid potassium salt substitutes unless your clinician specifically recommends them. Now let's build 2 simple plates to lock in what you've learned. A cramp-calming breakfast might be a veggie omelette with peppers and tomatoes, a side of Greek yogurt sprinkled with pumpkin seeds, and a small bowl of berries. You get protein, magnesium, vitamin C, and a little vitamin D from the egg yolk. A leg-strength lunch could be a chickpea salad with lemon, parsley, cucumbers, and olive oil, alongside a small piece of salmon or a sardine toast if you like it. Dinner might be a low-sodium chicken soup made from thighs and wings, chilled to lift excess fat, loaded with carrots, celery, onions, and herbs, finished with lemon. Keep portions balanced, salt modest, and add a 200-minute stroll after you eat to help with fluid balance and blood sugar. Because this video is about legs and cramps, I want to give you a few do-nots that save a lot of grief. Don't use quinine water or quinine pills for cramps. The risks outweigh the benefits, and the FDA warns against it. Don't megadose any vitamin because of a single blog post. Test and talk to your clinician. Don't take a new supplement if you don't understand how it interacts with your medications. Bring the bottle to your next visit and ask. Don't stretch a cramping muscle aggressively. Ease into the dorsiflex and hold gentle pressure instead. And don't assume every cramp is old age. Sometimes it's a fixable routine problem. Too much sitting, too much salt at dinner, too little fluid all day, and too much at night, or a simple supplement tweak. If you love checklists, here's your Stronger Legs 100 point checklist. 1. Add up daily vitamin B6 across all products. Aim for around 1.5 to 2 milligrams daily unless your clinician prescribes differently. 2. If you're taking a high-dose B6 product long-term, stop and call your clinician for a plan. 3. If you're on vitamin D, test then dose. Aim for clinician-guided levels. Don't chase internet numbers. 4. Build meals with protein and vitamin C together. 5. Reduce dinner sodium and use herbs, spices, lemon, and vinegar for flavor. 6. Sip fluids evenly. Avoid large fluids right before bed. 7. Do the 30-minute bedtime calf routine. 8. Take a 10-minute walk after meals most days. 9. Wear supportive shoes. Check insoles and replace worn-out pairs. 10. Write down any new swelling, tingling, numbness, or weakness and bring those notes to your clinician. Let's also talk briefly about expectations. If your legs are crampy because of B6 overload, stopping the extra B6 may not fix everything in a week. Nerves settle slowly. The important thing is the direction: fewer spasms, less burning, steadier steps. If your legs are weak because your vitamin D is low, the right dose can help over weeks to months as muscles and balance recover. Pair that with food, movement, and good sleep and you'll often feel the trend, not just a single ta-da. Think in terms of building a more leg-friendly life: less salt, smarter supplements, better shoes, short walks, brief strength sets, and a calm bedtime routine. Before we wrap, here are the red flags you should never ignore. One leg that becomes red, hot, swollen, and painful, especially if it appears suddenly, could be a blood clot. Urgent care, not Google. Severe chest pain, shortness of breath, or coughing up blood, call emergency services. A sudden severe headache, or new weakness or numbness on one side of the body, call emergency services. New confusion, fainting, or very high blood calcium symptoms if you've been taking large doses of vitamin D, nausea, vomiting, constipation, confusion, call your clinician. New, progressive numbness, burning pain, or unsteady gait, talk to your clinician about neuropathy evaluation. Bring your supplement list, especially your B6 totals. We want to fix root causes, not chase symptoms. Now it's your turn. Tonight, pull your bottles, check B6 and vitamin D, and send yourself a message with the totals. Put the bedtime calf routine on your nightstand. Tomorrow, add lemon or berries to your breakfast and take a short walk after lunch. This week, lower dinner sodium and make a simple chicken on the bone soup or a chickpea and veggie bowl with herbs and vinegar. If you've been taking high-dose B6 or D, message your clinician and ask for a plan, and for vitamin D, a blood test if you haven't had one recently. In the comments, tell me which 2 steps you're starting first day: supplement check, dinner salt swap, bedtime stretch, or the 100-minute walk. I'll leave you with this: stronger legs and calmer calves begin with small, repeated choices. You don't need a miracle pill. You need the right dose of the right vitamins, most of your nutrients from real food, a little less salt, a little more movement, and a routine you can stick to. That combination is more powerful than any megadose. This video is educational and not medical advice. Your health is unique. Work with your clinician on supplements, lab tests, and medication timing. Seek urgent care for red flag symptoms. If this helped, subscribe for more senior health guides and check the description for a printable Stronger Legs checklist, a label reading guide for B6 and vitamin D, and credible resources you can trust.